already. All right, so think about those as well. Good job. Okay. Does anyone else have anything there as far as babies? So we'll move on to toddlers. All right. What are we doing here? What did you groups have? Toddlers.
So they won't use the cutlery.
Okay, it is the same, isn't it? What's changed?
Eye contact.
Hang on, Maria.
Put everything like knife, spoon, forks close by, and at this age, children have to learn to pick the water.
Yeah. Okay, what's changed? Skill level. All right, they're a year and a half to 2 years, 2.5 years. They're wanting to do this themselves. All right, you've shown them how to do it. You've even started in this room, right? They might be starting to grab your spoon. Get another one. Give them a spoon, you've got a spoon. Don't fight with the spoon, who's gonna get it? Oh, I'm the adult, so I'm having it. Just get another spoon. Here's your spoon and here's my spoon. And then they'll try and feed themselves and miss. So, you know, in between that, you give them a spoonful. All right, and encourage their skill level. Well done. Aren't you clever? Whatever, or you can do it yourself. You're having a practice, whatever. All right, so it's the skill that you're catering to the skill level. So you're providing the cutlery. You're providing the drink bottles. They can drink themselves, cups, sipper cups, and whatever they're doing. You don't need to be holding it anymore. Encourage them to hold. You hold the cup yourself. All right, it's just the next level of skill that you're giving them the opportunity. Everything should be the same. You're still smiling, you're still engaging, you're still using eye contact, you're still at their level. Yeah? They're now sitting at tables as opposed to high chairs or in your arms because they're bigger. Yeah? What else is happening here? What are you talking about?
You should also encourage them.
Encourage? Yeah. Yeah.
Because often something falls down. And
Yeah. So encourage to try. The food, new foods. Okay, so earlier this morning we were talking about what is it that you eat at home. Is this what you eat at home? Is it the same? Is it different? Yeah? So you're having more conversations while you're sitting at the table. Yeah? And you're encouraging them as well. Where are you in all of this? Where are you positioned? Alright, sitting next to, really close by. Okay, so you're now sitting at a table. These are chairs. Okay? You can sit at any one of those chairs. You. Alright, you're not wandering over here, doing your own paperwork, whatever. Alright, you need to sit at the table with the children. Why would that be? Don't overthink it. Role modelling. Check. What else is happening? Interactions. So you're encouraging interactions, conversations, interactions. Yeah, your conversations. What else is happening? Think about your family. You've all just had Christmas. Maybe some of you had big families, some of you had small families. Maybe it was just you and one other person. When you sit down and have or go out for a meal together. Bonding. Pardon?
Bonding.
Bonding. Good word. All right. When you're engaging in communication, mouths are open. It's like, oh, yeah. You're bonding. You're having this amazing conversation. What do you eat at home? If you're not next to, how are you going to hear what they're trying to tell you. Oh, we had, last night for tea, we had chicken, roast chicken and chips, whatever. All right? You need to have all that information. You need to be listening. What is it that they're telling you? All right? But you're also, by default, building relationships with children. Okay, NQS 5. This is happening by default, and this happens at every mealtime by default. So your NQS standard should be happening without you really even knowing it, because you're intentional of where you're sitting, what you're talking about, how much time. My writing is scribbly and scribbly, I'm sorry. How much time you're actually engaging and allowing them to just, you know, if you've been to a restaurant, okay, and they have 2 sittings, so they've got to get you in and get you out, but you can't actually sit down, relax and enjoy yourself, as opposed to you going to a restaurant and you've got hours and you haven't even noticed, oh, I've been sitting here for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and people are starting to leave the restaurant and it's getting much, much quieter. Like the relationship and the bonding and the conversations that you've had over that meal time is phenomenal, wouldn't you say? Yeah? Whereas if you've gone into the likes of Faster Pasta, McDonald's, food chains, yeah? Fast food, you're just there to have a meal and get out. Move on. Yeah? And all of this opportunity is missed. It's exactly the same for children. There is significant opportunity for lots of things to be developed at this time. There's something else that happens while you're sitting here. What are you actually looking for? These conversations, what are you looking for with these children? What should you be looking for?
Foods they like.
Foods they like. Are they eating it? Mum comes home, comes back to collect a child. Did they have lunch today? Don't know. Wasn't there, wasn't paying attention. Oh, actually, I sat at his table. Yes, he had 3 serves. It was lasagna, whatever. Honest, open, relational information, because you have sat there. If you didn't, say, oh, actually, I wasn't sitting at his table today. However, we've got it recorded on the wall. Lana was sitting with this group. She's written up here that he had 2 serves. Again, honest, open, relationship building, which you know and can look at because it's recorded correctly. We've been watching your child as they've been eating. All right. What else? There's something else in here. So you know how much they're eaten, what they have eaten, what they haven't eaten. Now they refused it, so we just made a sandwich, Vegemite sandwich for them. They didn't want to try it. Again, open, honest. Parent now knows he's had something, but it wasn't what was actually offered. It was just a Vegemite sandwich. That's all we could get into. That's okay. Yeah? You know how much they've eaten, you know what they've eaten. What else are you looking for? Here, they're eating food. What could be a risk?
Allergies.
Allergies?
Choking.
Choking, well done. Allergies and choking. So what's happening here by default? Supervision. Okay? Again, going back to your ratios. On your watch, you're looking after children, lots of them. But when you sit down at a meal table, you've only got 5. At this table, me. At this table, Tian. Did I say that? At this table, Maria has 5 children. 5 children. 5 children. And we can effectively supervise and look for any potential, incidences that can occur straight away. You don't want to be doing your paperwork. You don't want to be distracted and doing something else when children are eating. You want to be sitting down, unhurried, relaxed atmosphere so that children can too sit and relax and eat properly. If they're being rushed, they'll shove it in, put way too much in their mouth. Alright, if you're sitting here, you'll see they've overfilled their mouth. Slow down, slow down. You've got a long time to sit here, whatever. Alright? You need to be looking and watching for those things as well. And especially if allergies. Some allergies, families don't know until an incident. Alright, so that's what you're looking for as well. Good job. Alright, so then lastly, what's happening in the 3 to 5 year olds? Pardon? Same but different, isn't it? Yeah, but it's an increased skill level. Age and stage appropriate. Alright? So at this age, really at toddler age, you can get them to help set the table. Get the drink bottles out, name cards, placemats, whatever. Get a couple of children to help you cleaning up. 3 to 5 year olds, even toddler room, scrape their bowls into the chook bucket. Take their bowl to the trolley, then go on to the bathroom to wash their hands. Alright, so the increased skill level, which is age and stage appropriate. What can they do? What do they want to do? They use tongs, even in toddler room. This room and this room. So there's a platter of fruit and they'll use tongs, tricky, to actually pick up a piece of apple, a piece of banana, a piece of whatever. So they're not cross-contaminating. You know, they're putting fingers all over the food. They can actually serve themselves and then pass the plate around. Alright, if they're serving themselves, you minimise waste. Serving themselves. Alright, so you tell them, take what you can eat, you can go back for seconds. Some of us adults need to do that too. Take a little portion and come back for seconds. There's enough for everybody. Well, we just laid it on there and then we go, my eyes were too big for my belly. And now it's waste. Yeah? Anything else? What else is happening in here? Potentially that might not be happening.
They are somehow able to do their things by themselves. Not
Yes.
all, just some of the things.
Yep, so the independent. Yeah. Is really starting to develop a lot. What about, okay, so scaffolding, you old bees. What scaffolding opportunities are happening? Here and here, but even the older ones here. In those brain matters. Scaffolding is what? What do I mean by that? Using resources to support whatever it is you're still saying. Okay, so verbally you can say, go wash your hands. Scaffolding, I add resources. So I start singing a song about washing hands. I read a book about washing hands. I've got posters that have pictures of children washing their hands. What scaffolding am I going to use here to support meal times with children?
Can learn the discipline.
Pardon?
They can learn routine, discipline.
Okay, we don't use the word discipline, however, we use consequences and boundaries are the more politically correct words. I'm going to write this down here because it's a little bit different. And boundaries. wrong. It can still be used. But going back to scaffolding. All right, so I'm telling the children, eat your lunch. It's lunchtime. Sing songs about, yeah. Everybody do this, do this, do this. Everybody do this just like me. All right, you can be doing it here, here, or here. Singing a song about food. Good, you're on a better track now. What else can I do? Eat your lunch.
Make a game, kind
A game. Okay, like a game. A little bit trickier around lunchtime. All right, what resources would I be using to scaffold? I'm singing songs. What's another one?
Using doll.
Pardon?
Using doll. Toys.
Toys. Using toys. Okay, so using the example of Dion is like the maybe you're sitting up in the home corner. All right, you really want to separate toys and food out. All right, so maybe you've got, okay, let's sit up the home corner. All the teddy bears, toys, dolls, whatever, are sitting at their table in the home corner. They're having afternoon tea while we have afternoon tea. Yeah? All right. So we could be using props, toys, whatever. What about books? Okay, it's the same scenario, the same concepts, but a different scenario. I gave you one of washing your hands. Now we're having meal times. All right, so songs, books. All right, read stories about children eating different foods from different cultures. Books. All right.
You read a book or play with the toy or sing. I think that about like 3-4 years old, they have the time. They know that this time they are hungry, want to eat.
Yeah, so this is leading up to, you have your group times before lunchtime, before your meal times. You actually have certain, what we call predictable routines. Oops, predictable routines. All right, so if you're singing a song, the same song at the same time of the day, and it leads into lunchtime, it becomes a predictable routine. As soon as they hear that song, they know it's lunchtime, or it's pack up time, or it's transition. All right? If we're sitting and having a group time before lunch, and you want to talk about when children sitting eating with their friends, then you would pull out that book just before lunchtime. So you can build on that discussion, build on the concepts. They do it in this country and we do it in this country. They sit on cushions, they sit on rugs, they sit on, all right, so you're building on the information that they already know to make it relevant to them. This is scaffolding. You have posters. All right, so pictures in your room where you actually have children sit and have meals. You're going to have posters of food, children eating food. Next door, I've actually got posters of children feeding, bottle, spoon, whatever, different ways that we can actually eat. Because it's not just one way, is it? Children in a high chair, children, whatever. All right, so scaffolding is using your resources to support what you're already doing with different resources. Okay, so you can sing a song, you can read a book, you can have pictures, posters. Yeah? What's another one? This is the one that I was trying to get to before. There's one more, and it's significantly beneficial in this age group. Peer? Thank you. Peers. What does that mean? All right, going back to the table. They're seeing you role model. They're also seeing their friend eat, try, have a go. All right? They're learning from each other. Peers. You guys learn from each other. Good habits and bad habits, we all do. These guys too. If they're using their fingers, I am too. Whatever. All right, so what's happening here by default, again, is scaffolding. If you want Tom to try it, you could say, look, Sarah's trying it. And what do you think about it, Sarah? Oh, it's yum, blah, blah, blah. It engages Tom more if his peer is trying it rather than I'm only saying it and I'm only doing it. You get the children to start looking at each other in these two age groups. All right, it's like I said before with the toileting. Their friends sitting on the toilet, I'm going to sit on the toilet too, and we're going to have this conversation through the mirror. Peers, very, very powerful. Yeah? And all the self-help skill, again, peers are really powerful. They can do things themselves. Somebody else will watch them and go, they can do it, I want to give it a go too. Really powerful. Peer group pressure. Yeah? Use it to your advantage. Alright, it's not just you and the child. It moves this way as well. Okay, celebrate what one child can do and encourage the others to do it as well. Right, tying their shoelaces, going to the toilet themselves, pushing themselves on a swing, riding a bike, all the skill set, look to each other to encourage. All right, well done. Anything else in there?